Right, so, shall we begin?
Yeah, am I meant to be looking at anything while I'm talking? Because it feels weird just looking at your static faces.
I'm looking at. So
We can research.
Is it bad etiquette to be scrolling through Topshop while...
Not really, but if you could pay some sort of attention to what's going on,
We should do that anyway.
probably be good. If Topshop are listening, sponsor us.
We
Give us free clothes.
we
I
fit
just
in
got a
with your
text from
We
done-
need
Topshop.
them.
They are.
Nice,
Thanks, Josh.
nice. Welcome to this pilot episode of T6GCast, a podcast from the 6Gamers. I am Ed, I am your host. I'm not the guy who does Lore of the Cards.
I'm James.
Get off.
I am.
Oh.
Basic intro.
Oh.
Can't fucking do it, can you, Sue?
The one thing we prepared was the
Sorry,
order
my
that we
mic.
speak in the intro, and you fucked it up.
Right, okay,
It's
I'm
already
just gonna be
gold.
quiet.
It's already
Calm
gold.
Alright, we'll go back to James. James,
Hi, I'm James. I am the person who does produce Lore of the Cards.
Yeah,
That's
now,
you
Susie.
now.
no,
That's when you can talk.
fuck's sake.
Right, my name's Susie. I'm the sister of James. I am sometimes in the Three Musketeer videos.
And me!
Ow! But James is the celebrity.
Oh yeah, fine.
I only want to be associated with him now.
I only have one sibling.
Yeah. And sometimes I edit James's scripts, though that's like one every month, and then Chard does the lion's share. And I play League of Legends and WoW a lot, but otherwise I just watch a lot of Let's Plays, but I'm not going to be very... I'm not going to know a lot
Size.
of games.
This is literally just the intro where you say.
Oh, I thought I was giving them my life story. I was going to go to the secondary
Okay.
space.
Let's move this along. Chard.
I'm Chard. I do the streaming and I edit James's scripts.
Fuck you.
And I'm Luke, and I'm probably out of time to introduce myself because Susie took all of it. So
And smoothly on. So, as Susie's briefly touched upon, none of us are really kind of too hot on playing new releases as they come out. So this is not going to be a very good podcast if you're looking for gaming news. But we are actually at the moment, some of us are playing something recent, and that is Overwatch.
I'm not.
So, I thought we'd start by having a chat about Overwatch. Who's been playing it? What do you think? And who's your favourite character?
Just Googling Overwatch.
I think I'm in the best position to kick this off.
Yeah.
Okay, Luke, give us some opinions.
So my opinion is that I've not been playing it, and I have no opinion on it yet because I've not played
Good
it.
input, Luke. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one's going
Didn't
to talk
even
that.
try it.
Next topic.
Didn't even try the open beta, Luke? Not tempted?
Nope, not at all.
Cool.
It looks like a good game, but nope, not tried any of it.
Well, so Chard and I have been playing it.
We have.
We've been playing it quite a lot together because we're joint at the hip. We're Overwatch husband and
Buddies.
wife.
Yeah.
No, husband and wife. I
Who's the
prefer it
wife?
to be that relationship.
Yeah,
No
we
one knows or cares. So we have been playing Overwatch. As is.
Susie, is all you're going to contribute mumbling while somebody else is talking?
The problem is
Yeah,
Susie can't read unless she's speaking out loud the words she's reading. So
Okay.
while she's looking up Overwatch facts, she's just going to mumble them under her breath.
No,
And it's like,
I'm preparing my...
Right.
what
So
I'm
we've
gonna
been
say.
through this. She's looking up stuff on Topshop. Hashtag not sponsored.
No, I'm now looking at a picture of all the Overwatch characters and deciding which one's my favourite out of the picture, so I have something to contribute.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's
Anyway, back to the people who've actually played the game. James, you were saying?
yeah. Overwatch, very solid game. What is out so far, I can totally understand with the lore that's now been built round Overwatch. There's actually been a fair amount of care put into that. So I can really understand the people that are now going, well, I really want a campaign for these characters. Some of the characters are already spawned numerous fan arts.
Like sort of Diva Covert Ops.
Diva Covert Ops, the story. Yeah, that kind of thing. Although I'm sure Tracer would be a better character for that because she's not in a giant mech.
Fan art and fan art in inverted commas, of course.
Yeah, I imagine
Yeah.
the latter was what you were looking for, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was not looking for any of that art, Luke. That is slander, and 6Gamers will be suing you. My favourite character is Roadhog so far. He's
pretty cool.
He has a lot of life, so I don't get picked off with him easily, which is one of my main problems, just sticking my neck out and getting my head shot off. And he has a self-heal, which makes him really sustainable, and also landing a really spot-on hook is so good. Just jumping down from the rafters, throwing out the hook, hooking someone in, and then just blowing their face off. Very satisfying feeling.
So, Chard, any innuendos in that last sentence that you want to pick up on?
To be honest, I wasn't entirely listening. What I thought I'd do, just to experiment, I just googled the word Overwatch. So I'm glad to see that the adult images are as well respected and popular as the official art. But I have been playing a lot more Overwatch than James. I'm nearly level 30, I think.
Got one up me every single time, Chard.
And yet he's still probably worse than all of us.
Yeah, basically, one thing I've learned is that the level does not necessarily mean anything to do with skill. I'm not getting too bored of it, which I thought I would because of how little there actually is comparatively there. There's 3 game modes, like 12 maps or something like that. But the fact that you can change a character in the middle of a match is actually that's mainly it's the draw of it, because if you start the game and you think, okay, we're getting our asses handed to us, you can actually do something about it. It's not like LoL where you can lose just in champ select and you're stuck for 40 minutes, But it's really fun, and I can't wait to see what they actually add in, whether that's new characters or new modes, or a campaign or some sort of single-player story.
I think the huge character roster is part of its strength, because with Team Fortress 2, for example, you have less. I believe you have less characters. I haven't really played Team Fortress, if I'm totally honest, but it has.
This is going to be a measured opinion.
It has the LoL effect, though. It has the LoL effect because you've started the game already with sort of 20 odd heroes. So as a result, because LoL, you play one map, and how many people play that game? Millions upon millions. But the huge variety of champions is what keeps people coming back.
There's a lot of kind of people going like, yes, a really good game. It's a really great game from Blizzard's, and just like they just sort of expect Blizzard games to be really, really good now, so there's no sort of sense of surprise. Like, there was lots of, with the new Doom, everyone is absolutely raving about that at the moment, because
no one thought it was.
They were like, oh, I didn't expect it to be good, and it's amazing. In Overwatch, everyone's just like, yeah, we expected Blizzard to do a great game, and it's really good.
I said this on a stream a couple of days ago. The problem I have with Blizzard and a lot of other companies, what they're doing is this whole idea of having open betas and closed betas and early access. The problem I had with Hearthstone when that first came out was, by the time I actually got my hand on the game in beta, I already knew what every single card did. I knew how the game played. I knew what most of the optimum decks were, because I played, I'd watched streams, I'd seen a lot of videos. So by the time I actually got to play the game, I was already burnt out on it. So I purposefully avoided Overwatch. I didn't watch videos, I didn't watch streams of other people playing it, because I wanted to actually enjoy the game when it came out. And I think a lot of the problem people had when Overwatch finally released was that there's actually not that I don't think there's anything in there that wasn't already in the beta. So it sort of released it was exactly the same game. And I think that's why a few people are a bit, there's nothing more to this.
People are cautious now of games that are being released quote unquote unfinished, because we've seen some. Well, the one big high-profile one that springs to my mind is Street Fighter 5.
Guess what's the next topic of conversation?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Can't say that either.
So I was gonna move on to Street Fighter 5 next, because story mode has been announced for end of June.
Woo!
Along with a boot. Yeah, I imagine this one might degenerate into just me and James. I'm pretty sure Luke.
I've got some things to say. Don't worry.
Oh, cool. Luke, have you played Street Fighter 5?
I know of its existence.
Cool. Thanks.
The thing.
Thanks for coming along.
It's good to have you back on the channel.
I like to feel that I contribute an alternative opinion, like the view of someone who doesn't play any of the games.
I'm just going to look
It's
up the
worth
last.
having.
I'm going to look up when the last thing you added to the channel was. You guys talk amongst yourself. For a second
It was a
as well.
Stanley Parable thing.
It was, yeah. So I'm just going to have a quick look.
Oh, that was good.
How many breasts
I
do
liked
the
that.
Street Fighter characters need? They're massive. Is this actually
Two,
in game?
pretty much.
How
How
many?
many
They're all
breasts?
still 2. They're all still 2.
Is that how you
Got
think
8.
it works?
The larger your breast, they separate out
Oh,
into a
maybe
Oh
mass.
no, it wasn't actually a pit. That was a
Are you
special
looking at
animation
six
someone
packs?
made for themselves. Oh, that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you've already got the Google porn result.
Yeah, I literally just typed in Street Fighter 5 characters and like the third hit is porn.
Are you
Cool.
sure that's not just Laura's normal portrait? Because she has some mighty huge
She's
knockers.
got a little blue headband across her eyes and her tits are just busting
Oh.
out.
Oh, that's
Rainbow
Mika.
Oh, Mika, yeah.
Even the one on the actual Street Fighter site is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, story mode. How do people feel about story mode? Are we excited?
I think when Mortal Kombat came out and had its story mode that was, quite frankly, genre redefining, let's say, for the 2-on-2 fighter.
MK9 was
Yeah.
Yeah.
genre redefining. I'm not so keen on the Mortal Kombat X one.
9 was the one where they totally redid it for the Bella. It's
Yeah.
like a little
Yeah, I
movie.
loved it in 9. I thought 9 was absolutely awesome. That became like my example of how I'd like them all to be.
Critically and fan well received.
Yeah, I thought this was
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5. How are we already on 9? It's only been 2 minutes.
Oh my god.
Well,
This is how little impact Street Fighter 5 has actually had on the fighting community that we've already gotten after talking about something else.
Yeah. I
There's a
mean,
massive there's massive tournaments going on at the moment. There was the was it the Combo Breaker Championship, Street Fighter 5 things going on.
I
at
think
the
there's
moment.
tournaments and I think there's pro stuff going on. However, it's already been outsold by Pokken Tournament on the Wii U, the least selling console, and isn't on PC. So Street Fighter 5's bad reception to how it was released, its state of release, has really badly affected how many they actually sold of the game, which, in fairness, I'd probably say that was deserved from what came
Capcom
out with
had
it.
it coming as well.
Yeah. I would also say that the blowback on it was maybe a bit too much because Capcom were releasing press statements and everything saying, well, this is how it's going to be, and then people always research something before you buy it because then you won't buy it and go, oh, Overwatch is only a multiplayer game. Well, yeah, you can find that out by literally just typing Overwatch into your Google search bar. Do that before you
Test.
buy anything.
That's a slightly different thing though to the annoyance around Street Fighter 5 because Street Fighter 5 is a one-on-one fighting game, which you would expect. It's just
Yeah,
lacking
no,
a lot of the game.
I understand it a lot more with
Yeah.
the Street Fighter, and I think they deserve the blowback on Street Fighter. The fact
Yeah.
that they don't have an arcade mode.
Online didn't work.
Yeah, online didn't work.
Local lobbies are a bit shit as well, weren't they? Like you can't just make a lobby with your friends. Well, you couldn't do
That's
that.
kind
at
of
start.
ruled out all of the modes.
It released like shit, and it didn't have much content. Let's round it up.
But how about story modes?
And also, they're charging more than Overwatch did as well. So the
Fucking hell. Story mode. Talk about story mode.
story mode, yeah, fantastic. I wish it was out on release with the game.
I don't really know what story it's gonna be. Have they given any hints at is there actually going to be any interesting story? Because there's Nikali, who's completely new. There's the fact that Nash is back. What else is going to happen in the story? I mean, it's got to sort of set up for Street Fighter 3, presumably, because Urian is coming.
In the arcade mode they've got at the moment, there is story stuff going on in there, isn't there? Which a lot of people...
Oh, but it's
'Cause, like,
utter bollocks.
Yeah, I know, but like Ibuki featured in one of those things, and Guile featured in Chun-Li's. I think obviously they being added to the game.
Only time
I know it's
found-
bollocks, but like surely that would give you ideas of what's going to come in the actual story.
I'd
surely.
say it does.
Oh, but that's true. Yeah, because there's the whole Fong and his joining Shadaloo, and there's the really deep and interesting Birdie storyline where he gets kicked out of Shadaloo for eating too much food, and then travels around the world eating food, which is obviously, there's really places they could go with that. Ibuki, I feel, is a pretty cool character to get added in. There's also still Balrog, Yuri, and Urian that they've announced are going to be added to the game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
And,
Europe actually in the sort of...
Urian will be cool,
Yeah.
and that should actually move the story forward a bit. It's interesting that Urian's in and not Gil.
Yeah.
Because you could have had a kind of a pre-transformation. Although, what's the backstory for Gil? He went blue and red just
Yeah.
because he was so awesome.
I think he
at
was
training.
like the chosen one kind of a thing. I think from what from what little I've read on the Street Fighter story, Urian was kind of like the big head honcho guy, and then it turned out Jill had some special gift, and he was
Urian
top.
had always been assumed to be the successor
Yeah.
of the leadership of the Illuminati, and then Gil unexpectedly took it. But I can't remember where. I think the comics show Gil in a form before he went all Pepsi Man. I think
that was a good game, Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man was in Fighting Vipers. Do you remember that?
Sorry, hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah, Fighting Vipers.
Not sponsored yet.
What, you mean the cool refreshing taste of Pepsi was in Fighting Vipers? Tell me more.
Does anyone remember Cool Spot? I could totally go for a 7-Up right now.
It was sponsored by Virgin Cola.
With the story mode, get back on track, I think it's going to be basically Nikali going on a rampage, trying to absorb as many fighters as he can, and then I think M. Bison does something with the space station and the sun and blots out the sun. It's basically The Simpsons.
Like, as we're like on this, like as someone who's not heard that much about the lore of this, it sounds like you guys are just making this stuff up.
Yeah.
It could be, yeah.
Capcom
then Capri's son, the mighty fighter from the Isle
Hashtag not sponsored.
the Isle of Advert, brings his cool, refreshing bags of liquids.
So,
oh dear.
So other than his super combo is terrifying.
He just gets out a straw and punctures it through their face, but he's got to try a few times.
Ooh. That's a
I
good
thought he
Mortal
punctured
Kombat.
it through his own bags of liquid and sprayed it everywhere.
That sounds painful.
Wouldn't he
I'm
punch
sorry,
it
I
through their
want-
bags of liquid? Wouldn't that be the whole point? Would that be his final finishing move?
Okay, yeah.
I kind of now want a Capri. I now want a Capri Sun in Mortal Kombat that
Mute my
does that.
mic.
That says now that just beats people up with a straw, and then as his ending, he drinks them like a Capri Sun, and then goes, "How did
So I
you
don't-
like it?"
Hashtag
I don't
not
really know
sponsored.
what happened there. I don't know why Susie's attempt didn't work. I'm just going to blame it on the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
was so focused on wanting to put forward my
I
case.
wanted to make your Mortal Kombat joke.
Yeah.
Wasn't your Mortal Kombat joke the same as mine, just worded differently? 'Cause
Essentially,
you also
yeah.
advocated stabbing the straw into them and sucking their liquids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
If anyone's wondering, by the way, just as an aside, when Luke's last contribution to the channel was, his last video was published on
my
December the 27th, 2013.
Ooh, nice one,
Ho
Luke.
ho ho.
So
Yeah.
unlike Chard, I was very, very much aware that if I added content to the channel, it would drop our subscriber count.
Oh no, I was aware of that.
Nothing stops Chard, though.
I wanted to ask one last question about Street Fighter 5, and Luke, Susie, get Googling.
Okay,
Cool,
yep.
I'm on it. No, can I answer
Given that-
first, regardless of what it is?
Yeah, sure. Luke can go first.
Cool.
Given that they seem to be going with this model of adding new characters into the game, and they've announced they've got 5 new characters getting added post-release, what one character would you most want to see added to Street Fighter 5?
I know the answer to this.
So it's a
That's
Capri
good.
Sun.
Wow,
It's a
Google.
Capri Sun. So I
I'd
actually
prefer
know-
it if you could stick to Street
And,
Fighter characters.
and can it be a Capri Sun with a finisher where he sticks a straw and sucks it out, and it was totally my idea that I didn't say after someone else?
My character to add is kind of like a Capri Sun.
All right.
Okay.
Blanca. He's
Yeah,
been
that's a
better.
choice.
and like
Yeah.
he was cool because he was like all a monster and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Blanca's pretty cool. Yeah, that'd be a good choice. So how about you, Susie?
I'm currently trying to Google character lists for various Street Fighter games to find one that isn't in the game. But all the ones I know seem to already be in the game.
Is Vega in this one?
Okay.
He's not in this
Yeah,
yet.
because I was
Yeah,
going to
yes,
say
Vega's
Vega,
in.
but he
Yeah,
is
he's in
in
it.
Street Fighter
He's in it.
5.
He's in, and his
I've got so many I
rework
wanna
of his
add.
moveset is cool.
Yeah, Vega is usable for people that aren't like ridiculous pros, and he was never top tier, was he, Vega?
No.
Because of his
but he's,
charge.
I like him now a lot.
Yeah, I think he's
I
great.
like the new style.
I
How about Chard?
yeah, I was gonna go, and this actually almost is Capri Sun. I was gonna say DiCaprio.
Oh.
DiCaprio Sun. Purely because I think she looks cool, and I played a lot of her in Street Fighter 4. I know technically you can argue, well, Cammy's in it, but
DiCaprio would be one of my. The dolls are always one of my last to add if Cammy's in the game, because
if you've already got Cammy,
changes of Cammy.
Yeah, if you've already got Cammy, why would you need them? But I just think she looks really cool. Or Joe, of course.
Obviously,
bring
Joe.
back Joe.
Yes, bring back Joe. Bring back Joe.
Some people that
Start
don't
a
know the
campaign.
lore behind Joe Ed might be going, "Who's Joe?" right now.
Give a quick
Joe
rundown
is,
of who Joe is, yeah.
Or they can watch a
Joe's
video.
Character. Yeah, they could watch Street Fighter Stories.
The whole video.
The episode about Street Fighter 1, I think it's the first episode of it.
It was.
Or any episode.
In
I think
fairness,
watches
not
Joe
many
quite
people
heavily.
like podcasts with bibliographies.
No. How about you, James? Character choice?
Oh, so many that I want to add. The ones that really stick out there, really high for me, are Oro, because he's in the game currently within the story modes, and also we haven't seen him since Street Fighter 3. I think he's an awesome character design. He's an awesome character that's just basically, he's so badass, he has to fight everyone with his hand tied behind his back to make it even slightly a fair fight. So he's an awesome character. I want Sagat in there because he's one of my favourite characters within the series.
Oh, I'd forgotten Sagat's not in there.
Huma also, because he's one of my favourite characters in the series.
Way to choose one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
why
I'm
is James allowed 8?
And Necro.
Yeah, he's taking
Can I have
all
one
of
of yours?
Susie's.
Necro.
Oh, for God's sake! Right, great, cool.
Right.
Can I have Yoshimitsu?
And Kazuya and Hihachi.
We should really make sure we follow Ed's, talk about story mode. Say one character, because...
Thanks, Susie. I'm glad somebody is supporting me as host.
There's precedent. There's precedent for Yoshimitsu because he was in Tekken, and then they stuck him in Soul Edge, so he can cross over universes.
Yeah. He is a corporate whore by Capri-Sun now.
So, Susie, did James steal all of the characters you'd looked up on the internet, or do you have any left?
Well, the characters that I've looked up that I recognise the name of include Balrog, Cammy White,
He's... Right, yeah.
Chun-Li,
What?
Cammy's already in.
Chun-Li's
Balrog's
already there.
been announced.
Dalsim,
Yeah,
Guile,
he's already in.
He's there.
Already there.
Ken, M.
Already
Bison,
Already there.
Ryu,
Already
Vega,
in the game.
Zangief.
Yep. All already there.
Right, so it's a good job I didn't steal any
Oh
of them.
shit,
at
I'm
least.
looking at a Street Fighter 5 character list.
Oh my God!
Okay.
Well, basically, Susie, if they're the characters you want, I have just the game for you.
Oh!
I want all of them. Who's this Laura? She said, I don't know who she is, but I want her.
Oh my God!
This is such success, guys.
So, James has already picked my first and second choice.
What were they?
So
What were they?
I would have
Validate.
gone Oro because I think he'd look awesome in the new render style as well because he's got a very cartoony face, and his introduction in Street Fighter 3 was a bit kind of you didn't get much backstory for him, so it'd be good to kind of see maybe him meeting Ryu before the point where he has the fight with him and decides he wants to be his to train him and stuff. So that'd be quite cool. And Necro was going to be my second choice, but since they've both been picked, I guess it'd be cool to see Q.
Well, from Star Trek.
Just
You can
because
tell your heart's not in that.
no, he's not one of my favourites, but he's a big fan favourite. So it'd be cool to see them respond to that and add him into the game, even though he's a very, very... The interesting thing about him was his really weird play style. It'd be quite cool if they added Q in. I think that would be a good sign of them listening to what people want. Do you want to know a bit of background about him, Chard?
Not especially, no.
Cool. All right. So next topic of conversation.
What a
How
dick.
many topics are
So
left?
I've got one last topic
Go for it.
for us.
Okay.
So they do a feature on a lot of podcasts where their fans have sent in questions, but we don't have that. So I thought we'd steal one. There was a question that was covered on the Giant Bombcast recently.
Thanks for listening,
although it
Giant
was-
Bombcast. You
Yeah,
can
cheers,
sponsor
guys.
us if you like.
Although
There's a queue though,
Although-
so join it.
although the question was entirely a matter of opinion, they got the answer to it wrong. So I thought we'd steal it ourselves and answer it correctly. And that question was, what Capcom franchises would you like to see get a reboot?
Oh. Capcom franchises. Let me have a look at.
Capcom franchise.
Googling
I
the
would
exact
like to
question.
see Rival Schools
Yeah,
get a reboot.
Oh,
That's
that was
correct.
really cool, actually.
And
Yeah,
correct
I agree.
answer.
I loved
And
that game. I remember playing it on the
Yeah.
Dreamcast.
Yeah,
Amazing
You guys,
little-
and I
That
got
should've-
crushed, but it was still fun enough because you could button mash.
so if you said Rival Schools, congratulations, that was one of the correct answers.
Power Stone.
Nice. Yes.
Power Stone.
One of them.
Excellent answer.
Yeah.
No,
What did
I
you
was
say?
going to say Power Stone because that was my absolute favourite.
Chard
game.
already said that!
Wait, oh, for
She's not
fuck's
wrong,
sake,
though.
Chard.
She's not wrong.
No, that is a good choice.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
That was just
something like Dino Crisis have worked a little better than with what they turned Resident Evil into?
Yeah,
sort of like
absolutely.
just running around gunning down dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That would be amazing, and then keep
Was there a
Resident...
Resident Evil game where you run around gunning down dinosaurs?
probably.
That one.
Yeah.
There's probably a Resident. There's probably some random.
I thought they were doing another Onimusha game. I'm sure I heard this somewhere, but I'm looking at it and I don't think. Onimusha was
Oh,
an
well.
awesome game.
Talking
Yeah, that
bullshit.
was awesome.
Yeah.
My top of the list would be Rival Schools. Absolutely.
Tell me about Rival Schools. I don't know what Rival Schools is.
It was a fighting game where all of the characters were at different schools, and all of the characters were like themed around. There was like a footballer, there was a swimmer, there was a volleyball player,
a weird girl with
and
a
it
chain.
had weird girl with a chain, and it just had a story mode where. The story mode was actually interesting, and you have little interaction. You could pick like teams of characters. It was kind of like King of Fighters in that. Like you had preset teams, and you got a bit more story if you played as them. They'd all sort of encounter each other. The headmaster was like doing some evil shit, and it was just really cool. It had really cool characters, really cool storyline. It was a really fun battle system.
Oh yeah, there's
I can't-
my favourite character move was you could call her in to do a special move where she picked you up and
Oh,
smashed
yeah.
you into the enemy character, so you took a bit of damage, but the enemy character took loads of damage.
Yeah, you had like team up attacks. There
Yeah.
were mini games. Remember like Tekken 3 where they had like the volleyball and stuff like that. There were little mini games like that themed around the different sports that they played. There was like a baseball one with a baseball player. There was like a
So
volleyball
cool.
one with a volleyball player. A football one. It was just such
For
a
the
good game.
football player, by the way.
And the soundtrack. Wow.
My list order would be Power Stone followed by Rival Schools. That the two that I would say.
Branching off slightly. No, this isn't just Namco, not Namco, Capcom. But if there's a game that I want to see back, it would be games like X-Wing, like not arcadey flight sims, but an X-Wing game that's actually like more flight sim than just arcade shoot 'em up. Because Rogue Squadron and all that lot made it that way. I'd like it to go back to being, I like a good Star Wars flight sim again.
I get the impression you're not going to get that strong a level of agreement from
Yeah,
James.
James doesn't seem to be on board with
who's
this.
busy snoring politely over
Yeah.
Chard's segment here.
Or they could.
You know what?
Since
those
we're
games,
this is,
those games are for nerds, Chard. And we're not nerds. We're the cool nerds. That...
yeah, who write videos about lore.
exactly.
Those cool nerds.
Cool
They
nerds.
could remake Final Fantasy and make it really good.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, they could remake
nice.
Final Fantasy VII. Wouldn't that be great?
No.
Yeah, should remake it.
Yeah.
Similar mechanics though.
Since
No.
we're like, you
It might
said
be
there
good.
was
It
3
might be
right answers and we only picked 2. Is the other one Breath of Fire?
Oh no, because they have rebooted
Correct.
that. They have rebooted.
Oh well, no, they should forget about that.
Yeah, they should reboot.
And then
properly.
reboot it properly. So my 3 answers were Rival Schools, Darkstalkers, and Breath of Fire. And I didn't even think of Power Stone, but that is a very valid 4th correct answer.
Thank God I came up with that.
So actually, something that's worth doing as an outro, so that we don't have to steal questions from the Giant Bombcast next episode. If you have a question you'd like to hear us answer on the next podcast, leave us a comment on this one and we'll pick some of those out for next time and pose them to the panel. Let's everyone say goodbye at the same time.
Okay.
Say goodbye to the viewers, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye to the viewers, everybody.
Oh, you're so
Great joke,
fucking
John.
funny.